Morning, everybody. Welcome to another Disney Morning Show brought to you by Kyle and Doobie and the fun folks here at Laughing Place. My name is Reflection on the Forehead, Doobie Mosley, co-founder here at Laughing Place. My good buddy over there is always with a different color hair, Kyle Burbank. How you doing today, Kyle?
I'm good. It's the same. It's just fading. I might put more pink in it since it's still bleachy.
Go for it. Kyle is the managing editor here at Laughing Place, so everything you see on the website goes through Kyle's eyes. Any mistakes ultimately belong to him.
That's not 100% true, but let's pretend.
Which part? You don't see everything before it posts?
Not before it posts, no.
Oh, okay.
I not
That's true.
necessarily after. It depends.
You are allowed to sleep.
I am,
That's right.
I am part-time, believe it or not.
Know that. You sure are working a lot for a part-time and kind of critical to the infrastructure here. All right, no more behind the scenes. We're going to get started the way we do every day by saying hello. There's only one comment out there. I'm so disappointed. Hi, Nikki B. It's on. Yes, wrong show, but thank you for commenting. So we'll move on to the next part then, which is... All right, Kyle, within 50 cents, what's Disney stock price today?
99.1.
99.1?
Yeah, that's what I said.
What is doing?
No,
This is
89.1 is what I said.
Oh, okay. Goodness. I think
I
this is
forgot
like
where we were. I forgot.
2019 or
I'm
something.
wrong anyway.
You're still overestimating. It's only 87.73. You're not even close. The stock is floundering. It had a bit of a jump after the earnings report. I feel like this is back below where it was at the time of the earnings report.
Yeah.
Kyle is now one right and one wrong. Depending on how many he gets wrong, we may
500.
adjust that 50-cent padding a little bit more. All right, one more thing that we do at this time.
Here's Ethan.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to yet another Disney Weather Report. I hope you all caught last night's claim to fame. I happened to watch it all by myself, per usual, on the floors of Tokyo, or down in London town to go. With a record selection and a mirror's reflection, I'm dancing with myself, when there's no one else in sight, in the crowded lonely night. Well, I wait so long for my love vibration and I'm dancing with myself. Dancing with myself, ah-oh-oh-oh. Dancing with myself, ah-oh-oh-oh. When there's nothing to lose and there's nothing to prove, well, I'm dancing with myself. Ah-oh-oh-oh. Let's get to the weather. Anaheim will once again be sunny today and a bit on the warm side, reaching a high of 93. However, that 93 will feel like 95 thanks to 37% humidity. Walt Disney World is partly cloudy now, with isolated storms possible in the early afternoon and again in the evening. When it's not raining, it will feel like 105. Following heavy thunderstorms this morning, Castaway Cay is now mostly cloudy with a heat index shy of 100. Some isolated storms could possibly re-emerge this afternoon into the evening as well. Disneyland Paris is seeing a mostly cloudy night in the mid-70s and will fall into the upper 60s in the coming hours. Showers are expected to arrive in Tokyo tomorrow morning and hang around into the early afternoon. They'll still manage to make a high of near 90. Shanghai will see sunshine early before isolated storms move in around lunch. Those will give way to partly cloudy skies in the afternoon with temps in the lower 90s. Finally, Hong Kong will start the morning with scattered thunderstorms that will subside before noon. Then, they'll reach a high of 89 that feels like 104 with mostly cloudy skies. That will do it for another LP weather update. It's 3-show Tuesday, so ring the bell to be notified when Barely Necessities and Disney Trivia go live today. Bye for now.
Thanks, Ethan. I actually forgot I had a trivia tonight, so thank you for the reminder. I like the way Ethan, people on American Idol always say, make it your own. Every song, Ethan makes it his own. Oh. Hey, good morning, Rich. Thanks for joining us. MEI Travel, or our travel partner here at Laughing Place. Hello, Genie Plus Plus. Aw, where's Gio? Tell him we said hi. We miss him. We won't have him for trivia either, will we? This is terrible. You can't miss the morning show and the night show. How much can one guy possibly work? Okay, let's get started with some, as far as I'm concerned, the biggest story of the year so far. And
Biggest story of the
is-
year. Wow.
It's a cruise story. Nothing trumps cruise stories. So a first look at
For a preview, biggest story of the year.
That's right. On
Okay.
August 30th, in only 15 days, Disney will be premiering premiering is the wrong word, but they will be doing a first look at the Disney Treasure. I think this is our first chance to get tons and tons of details. I remember they did this for the Disney Wish. We were all down in Southern California for that. We were watching that at a Universal Studios hotel, which was pretty funny. But yeah, so that's when we learned about so much. So I suspect we're going to get that kind of reveal today. It's going to be August 30th, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. It's going to be a virtual reveal. For the Wish, they kind of really made some like CGI sets, and it was kind of cool. So hopefully get something similar. Unlocking the Disney Treasure, adventure awaits on board Disney's newest ship, will be posted on the Disney blog. Never before released details about the dining, the family entertainment, the unique spaces that will be coming on Disney's sixth ship. And so very exciting. What will be a carryover from the Wish, what will be clearly different from the Wish. If they say the words full length, full circle track on deck 4, I know the internet will explode in excitement, but I wouldn't bet on that one. But whatever they announce, can't wait to hear all about the Disney Treasure. So exciting. When does this ship actually premiere? I'm sure that's mentioned in this article.
Yeah, when's the date that they're going to then push back?
I think it's 2024, right? Next year for this ship. Come on, who wrote this? Who, what, where, why, and who? Get the date the Treasure's coming out in that article. Yeah, Rich, I agree. Always so exciting. A third elevator bank. I'm going to disagree with you on that one, Rich. I am perfectly fine with the 2 larger elevator banks, but yeah, I know a lot of people aren't. They want that midship elevator. Also, new on our site today, full menus are now available for new restaurant coming to Epcot, Shiki Sai Sushi Izakaya. Does that sound okay to you?
Sure.
So you can now see the full menu on WaltDisneyWorld.com or in the app, and you also can make a reservation.
And apparently it's soft opening today for walk-ups. So if you happen to be at Walt Disney World, maybe try your luck if you feel like eating fish. I mean, I guess they have other stuff too, but.
No, but that's good to know. That's great to know. Yeah, there you go. Check it out. It says it has the $2 signs on the menu, putting it in the moderate price range. Chef specials from there are some chef specials that range from $100 to $300, but there's also stuff between $12 and $18. Wow. Tony Betty is hoping for a throwback to nautical exploration like the first 4. I'd say that's at least a possibility, given that it's the treasure and adventure is kind of the theme of it, but I wouldn't bet too heavily on it, Tony. Let's see. Have you been on the Wish, Tony? I feel like you're commenting on stuff you can't even directly relate. Also, at Disneyland Resort, they are debuting today.
Also right? We weren't talking about Disneyland Resort, but now we are.
It was more of an addition to also. But yeah.
Yes, this is a sipper, another sipper.
You sound so excited. You sound so excited.
It looks a little weird.
Belle is on this sipper. At least give sippers this. At least sippers you actually do drink the liquid out of, unlike a popcorn bucket. So.
Yeah, I just think this is kind of a strange design. Definitely the most like. Trying to think, like something you buy at like a dollar store more than a Disney park, or like a Disney on Ice. I'll give it that. It's a Disney on Ice design. It's not a Disney Parks design. IMHO.
And this is available already, starting today, at the Refreshment Corner, Red Rose Tavern, the Hub Churro Cart, and the Plaza Inn, and also at DCA at Clarabelle's Hand Scooped Ice Cream. I don't know if the crowds are going crazy for this. I kind of doubt they are, but if you want it, go get it. Thank you, Disney Eats, for putting that out. Oh, this is a better picture of it. I should show this picture, because this one you can really make out that this is scenes. I couldn't tell that on the other one. This is like scenes from Beauty and the Beast down there. There's Chip and Mrs. Potts and Lumiere and all those guys. Nikki B thinks it's obnoxious looking. Wow. Don't be shy, Nikki B. Let the world know what you think. Story that broke just after we went off the air yesterday, because we talked about it in our meeting, which was held immediately after our show, and that is something new coming to DCA. Kyle?
Yeah, so they're open. We knew another merch location was coming to Avengers Campus because they told us, "Hey, we're building this," and no, it's not for the e-ticket we told you about. We're not working on that yet. So anyway, this is going to be opening soon, and as a result, when it does open in mid-September, the Hollywoodland, the old Millionaire building, which has been selling all Avengers merchandise, that will be closing. Presumably, to go back to just probably a more generic merch place, if at all. But yeah, so this new place will open in mid-September.
It's September. Tony Betty. Not have been on the Wish. I have a wedding to pay for and a honeymoon aboard a different ship, both of which round out to about a 7-day on the Wish. Joke's on you, Tony. The Wish only does 3 and 4 days.
Which ship?
Which ship? Which ship are you honeymooning? I'm going to guess, and he'll tell us. I'm going to guess he's honeymooning aboard the Disney Fantasy. Let us know, Tony. When's he getting married again? Is that this year? Do you know?
October.
Is it this year, October?
All the best people get married in October. I apologize to you for saying that. But everyone I know gets married in October. Mac is October. Our other friends, we are October.
December 28th, Kyle. I am personally offended.
Good.
Good.
maybe it changes. Maybe I meant like this decade. October is the best. Maybe like in previous decades it's shifted.
So you're saying I'm old for getting married in a previous decade. It is not a Disney ship. Now I really got to know what you're sailing
According
on.
to Mike C, you're going to have a bad time.
He did not say that. Unless it's a princess ship, then he will. I'm going to guess Royal Caribbean.
Did
Let
you
us
like
know.
that princess
Curious.
press release that starts off with the names of 2 Disney ships in their headline?
I mean, when your names are that generic. But yeah, that was pretty funny. We should get a T-shirt that says "Princess Greater Than Disney" or "Princesses." How do you put it? "Princesses No Disney."
I thought he said it was even stronger. Like he said that he would probably not go on a non-Disney cruise again.
You're right. Tony said he considered a Nat Geo ship even more expensive than the Wish. Yeah, they do some adventures. Should have gone on the around the world trip on plane, Tony. Come on. Don't be such a cheapo.
Just make about 50 times more than you make, and then you could do that.
I don't know what he makes, so I assumed he was.
I'm sure. I still the question is 50 enough? That's.
I assumed he was paid enough to afford such a trip, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't see LP's financials. I'm no longer in that.
I think you're forgetting how expensive that trip was.
Place.com. We're not a hedge fund. We're a Ponzi scheme. No. Ahsoka has a new featurette coming soon to Disney Plus. The hype is starting. People are getting very excited. And
I know. It's Rosario Dawson can't stop talking about it. I just see her on all the Oh wait.
Whoa! This is a 7-minute featurette. Okay, we're not going to watch this, but
you can play some of it while we talk over it.
Yeah, let's mute it and play some of it.
We can talk about the next, what I assume is the next story about the fan events.
Oh,
this is just going back through the history of Star Wars and connecting it to Ahsoka.
Just kind of catch you up in case you want to watch Ahsoka and don't know what this whole Star Wars thing is. You catch up.
I really want to watch this Rosario show, but I don't know anything about this so-called Star Wars.
They keep talking about this Darth guy. I don't know who this Darth guy is. So if you're a little bit behind and you want to get caught up in 7 minutes, here you go. Tony Betty says he's going on a Royal Caribbean Quantum class, or Holland America. Tony, you have not booked the cruise yet? Your wedding is 2 months away. Fair enough. Once again, there she is. This is Ahsoka. This is not Ahsoka. Ahsoka? Not Ahsoka. Ahsoka.
He's an expert, ladies and gentlemen.
And if you can't wait to see Ahsoka, you are so excited, you can't wait for it to premiere on Disney Plus later this month, there is good news for you.
Is there?
Isn't there?
It sold out immediately.
But if you got tickets.
That's good news for you.
To see it at the Disneyland Resort. They're doing one in Florida as well, aren't they? Am I wrong
There
on
it,
that?
yep. Disneyland and Disney's Hollywood Studios will both have fan events.
For D23 members, they're gonna, I believe, be seeing the first 2 episodes. Yeah, the first two to witness Ahsoka. No, among the first to witness. That's a different T-O.
Yes, but there are 2 episodes that they'll be watching. So that's the first 2 episodes will be available on the 23rd.
Then the event, not that if you already have tickets, you know this. If you don't already have tickets, here's what you're going to miss. You're going to miss seeing it. You're going to miss including a one-day park hopper to Disneyland Park or Hollywood Studios, where you can experience Galaxy's Edge, and then the private screening of the first 2 episodes. So that's August 17th. And yeah, and then if you missed it,
we'll have coverage.
I'm sure we will. And if you did miss it, August 23rd, which is a week away from tomorrow. It's almost here. August 23rd, Ahsoka will be premiering on Disney Plus. Oh, Rich Ostry has a suggestion for I'm guessing he's suggesting for Tony? No, I want to hear. Oh yeah, Rich Ostry. He's a travel agent. Huge difference in ships. He has suggestions. I'm sure Tony Betty perhaps is using MEI travel as they do all cruise travel, not just Disney.
He hasn't booked it yet, as we know. So hopefully when he's ready.
But he can start talking to an agent though, doing some research. The honeymoon will be in Alaska next season. It will likely be booked as soon as that LP check comes in. All right, anytime now. Anytime. Let's see. Pluto's Pumpkin Pursuit is returning to the Disneyland Resort. That news came out yesterday. Goofy's Kitchen. We had some fun with this yesterday on the Disney.
Yeah, Monopoly.
Goofy's Kitchen has a special Halloween-themed dining starting September 21st and going all the way through Halloween, October 31st. Interesting that they didn't start it in August. I don't know. But September 21st, they're doing a Halloween brunch. And then, September 21st through August 31st, they have a Goofy's Kitchen Halloween brunch available and a Goofy's Kitchen Halloween dinner available. Did you watch the show yesterday, Kyle?
I did.
All right.
And I will not about you gobsmacked at the current prices.
I will not have you guess how much the Halloween dinner is for a buffet for one adult. It blew me away.
I believe it was 70 something.
It was 70. It still is $75 for the Goofy's Kitchen Halloween dinner. Ouch. Said yesterday we could fly down to Disneyland cheaper than we could eat at Goofy's Kitchen.
That's why they had to close Steakhouse 55, was because the pricing was getting a little too competitive.
If you ever walk by there, the place is packed. I mean, it's not like they're not getting the money, and that's what capitalism is all about, and that's why we have great places like Disney and Goofy's Kitchen. But man,
at least the buffet, you get to eat as much as you would care to enjoy, which for me was not very much. But
yeah, that's not nearly as much fun as it used to be. Let me tell you, not nearly. We used to go there a lot back in the day. I want to say when we used to go, we usually go for breakfast/brunch, and it was like in the neighborhood of $20. So, which with inflation is probably still double that, 40. So they still raised the price a lot.
Yeah.
But if you want to do it, there it is. Go check it out. We hope you do. If you see Tyrone there working the front desk, tell him Doobie says hi. That location used to be Stromboli's. And we went to Stromboli's all the time and got to know all the servers there. Some of them went to our December wedding, as a matter of fact.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know if they could have made it in October, so I'm glad we did it in December.
You didn't go to Granville's?
We did not go to Granville's. We got married on the Queen Mary.
I know that.
We never went to Granville's. Stromboli's was our place. For a short time, Hooks Point was our place. Over at the PCH Grill at the other hotel was our place. And then once the Grand Californian opened, Storytellers and became our place until we found out we could go to the lounge at Napa Rose on a Friday night, and that became our place.
I've been to PCH Grill once, and it was very sad. I think they've rehabilitated since then, but it was empty for a reason.
When the Grand Californian opened, everyone from PCH Grill moved over to the Grand, either to Storytellers or to Napa Rose.
I also never got to eat at the Japanese restaurant that was at the hotel because we went for lunch and learned that they were not open for lunch. So.
Yamabuki. That's the fun place that was open for lunch Monday through Friday because it basically was the place where all the executives went. So had those weird hours. I think I ate there maybe twice. I'm a bookie. Okay, in music news, I'm going to mention this one because it's a little bit near and dear to my heart. I got to go to an event for Chevalier not so very long ago, and now, and one of the things I learned when learning about Chevalier is, you kind of wish his music was a little more out there. Well, now it kind of is, and that the motion picture soundtrack is available on vinyl. All you vinyl fans, I know vinyl has made a comeback. I'm waiting for 8-track to do the same. Go check that out. It's a very good soundtrack. And if you haven't seen the movie, check out the movie. It's a really, really interesting and enlightening movie about Chevalier, one of the first widely known African American composers in Europe. If you're a Costco, not if you're a Costco fan, that makes no sense. If you're a Costco member,
People are Costco fans.
okay, so if you're a Costco member or a Costco fan, and/or their Christmas collection for this year is out. Anything? Have you seen this, Kyle? Anything strike your fancy here?
I haven't really looked honestly, but that tree just looks so much like the Christmas displays that I had as a kid. Just that the porcelain look of
Yes.
a Christmas tree, just all sorts of things.
So you can go get the stuff at Costco. I'm not sure if the couch is available at Costco, but certainly the Christmas
Probably.
merchandise can walk out with the whole collection.
We have a Costco near us, but it's on the other side of town, and it's still very busy. So that's why I stayed to Sam's, which I got before there was a Costco here. But my dad is a Kirkland fanatic all my life. It's Kirkland.
We used to be Costco members, and now we're Sam's Club members instead. I don't know, Costco have this too, but Sam's Club has the coolest thing where you just go through the store, scan
That's the
everything
other
with your
reason that I
phone,
don't do Costco's
and
because I don't think they have
walk
that.
out.
I
Scan
mean,
everything on the
talk to
phone.
person.
Yeah, which sometimes means a line, But,
Have you ever purchased alcohol and then you get the red barcode instead that they have to check your ID?
Oh no, I didn't know that. But that's cool that they let you though, because like at a grocery store, you can't use the self checkout.
In California, yeah, you can't use self-checkout. So I don't know if it will work in California, but in Missouri, they just need to check my ID when I walk in.
Oh, okay. Well, now I want to buy a beer at Sam's Club, even though I don't drink, just so I can
Well, you
find
should
out if
in
they let you
Bourbon.
do
I think
it.
you're a big whiskey fan after reading today's ABD.
Segue, Kyle, because that is our next story.
Although that's not today's recap. We're going to be doing day 4.
Yeah, you're ahead of the show here. So a couple weeks ago, I got to go with my family on an Adventures by Disney Wyoming Quest for the West trip, along with the WDW radio crew. That trip report is posting day by day on Laughing Place. It's very sad. There's only one day left to go. What's also sad is it's the only day I haven't yet finished because it's kind of a wrap up and review. So I actually have to do some writing
all of
today.
the days were written, and now I feel so lied to.
So the days are written. The trip report portion is written because it basically was we rode to the airport. But I'm also doing a wrap up kind of review, and that part is not yet written. It's partially written. So I got some writing to do. I got some trivia to do. It's going to be a busy day for Doobie. But today is day 4, so let's take a look at day 4, in which we went Christmas shopping. Day 4, Quest for the West. Our first full day at the incredible Brooks Lake Lodge. Am I right? I am so not right. This is actually Yellowstone. Our last full day at Yellowstone. So if you remember yesterday, we went Old Faithful Inn. We saw Old Faithful. We spent the night at Old Faithful Inn. Went to sleep.
New side.
That's how.
With the
The new side, where we had our own restroom. No air conditioning, but our own restroom. We woke up the next day, and it was time to do some stuff. So we woke up, looked outside. The Earth is still alive. We're still atop a volcano ready to explode at any time. But it was... Did I not even include any breakfast on here? What is wrong with me? We had breakfast. It was yummy. Breakfast buffet. Got on the bus, and what today was going to be, we said goodbye. We packed our luggage. No more Yellowstone resort for us. We were going to spend the day touring Yellowstone and then head off to our next stop. So our tour guide was Rich. Disney uses tour guides who really are immersed in the location. They have a company that they use and then approved guides within that company. So to make sure we get a great experience, we got Rich. I love Rich. Rich is my new best friend, whether he knows it or not. So
You
we
feel like you
explored.
won the lottery and by getting rich?
Yeah, I got Rich. I will know. That's beneath you, Kyle. You're better than that.
You should have heard Tony's joke this morning, or read it aloud and then heard it because it was in text. But
Gonna share?
oh, it was involved. I said something about not my fault, and he said, "Oh, just like the San Andreas, because my parents' house was under the whatever the other one."
Yeah. You're better than that, Tony. So we went touring Yellowstone. Basically, we'd like ride for a few minutes, or half hour, a few minutes, depends where our next stop was. Get off, walk around, listen to Rich, get back on the bus, listen to Rich some more, go somewhere else. So our first stop was the Midway Geyser Basin, which is huge. I think this had every one of the thermal features that Yellowstone has. Rich is just not only a thermal feature expert, but passionate about thermal features, and he would just show us and tell us about so many different things. So many things I got educated on that I forgot pretty quickly, but at the time it's really interesting. Number one rule, stay on the boardwalk. Don't get off the boardwalk and disturb the stuff. It's fascinating because it looks like when you get off the boardwalk, it looks like it's just dirt, but it's not. It's like stuff that's growing and takes years, and you can just destroy some of it so easily. So stay on the boardwalk. Again, this is really, really blue, which makes it all the more enticing. That also means it's more deadly. The bluer it is, the hotter it is, because it's not allowing bacteria to grow. So stay off. We learned about the bobby sox trees. Those are back there. You can see why they're called bobby sox trees. They're white. And then our guides, who are so good, who are always taking pictures on their own that they then give to us at the end. They found everyone in our group who was wearing bobby socks, or really short white socks, and they got a picture of them. So this is so funny. Yeah, I wasn't that clever. So many different thermal features. The Earth is alive. Rich tells us all about them. This one's really cool. Instead of water, this is like bubbling, scary white stuff. I mean, this
Bubbling scary white stuff.
it's the stuff of horror movies, and it's just right there. This one's like really deep, and it's scary, man. The Earth is scary. I'm still not sure we were on Earth. I'm not convinced we didn't go to another planet for this thing. The leather pool. I read why it was called leather pool, but I've forgotten. And then we went to lunch at the Canyon Lodge, this is probably the most casual meal we had. So we had some time here before lunch just to kind of do some shopping, walk around, see the visitor center, obviously go potty in a place that's not a long, what's it called, a long drop. And then they had a section set off for us for lunch. My vegetarian was this Mediterranean sandwich, which was excellent, excellent. And some rock hard cookies for dessert, but Rebecca loved them, so I'm not even going to pick on them. And then it was time to hike down to Artist Point, which I did not do. Most people took the hike. This was not a difficult hike, but that did not stop me from being extra lazy. But I'm so glad we did, because while they were hiking to Artist Point, we were riding on the bus to Artist Point with our friend Rich, my new best friend, asking him tons of questions about his life and how he came to be where he is. And it was just so incredibly interesting. And it was really just like four of us there on the bus who didn't do the hike. So that was a great experience. Rich was great. Got to see Artist Point, which may be maybe the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. The waterfalls and the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not Mike. You're right. Rebecca's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. But short of that, Artist Point, the waterfall, and the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone, it's crazy cool. You're so high. The canyon is just like these sheer walls that go straight down, and you're like way above them. And you realize how high you are when you see birds out there soaring high above them, even though those birds are below your eye level. And you're like, wow, we're high. But I forced myself to get close and look down. I wanted to take it in, even though I'm terrified of heights, and I'm glad I did. And I did not jump. It's crazy. So cool. Grand Canyon of Yellowstone and Artist Point. There's me and my new best friend, Rich, having a conversation. And of course, lots of pictures. So cool. And then we finally saw bison. We've been going around Yellowstone and Wyoming in general, wanting to see bison, and we hadn't seen any. And Rich said there's a good chance you'll see some bison on this last leg of Yellowstone. And look, we did. We finally saw a bison, and we're like, yay. And the whole bus, I'm surprised it didn't tip over the way everyone went to one side to get a picture of the bison. And then we went a little further and we saw, okay, cool. Now we're seeing a lot of bison. There was like 20 bison here. I'm like, yes, cool. And then we went a little further, and then we realized bison we found where the bison are hanging out. And we saw so many. had to be more than 100 bison just here chilling, some of them getting really close to the road. So some awesome pictures. All the bison we could handle. It was pretty cool. Fun fact, one of these was dinner later. Not for me, but we did have bison for dinner coming up.
But I don't think it was one of those.
I doubt it was one of those, but how can we be sure?
I don't know.
I mean, I doubt it, though. Anyway, saw the bison. Last stop of Yellowstone was the Lake Yellowstone Hotel. I never remember, is it Lake Yellowstone or Yellowstone Lake? And in fact, I think I got it wrong. I think it's Yellowstone. Whatever. The Lake Yellowstone Hotel. Beautiful hotel. Really nice. We probably would have stayed here if it was closer to Old Faithful, but it wasn't, so we didn't. But we did visit. This is where we dropped Rich off. Got to go potty. We had a little coffee shop. Gourmet, fancy coffee place if you wanted one. The lobby was actually really nice. It reminded me of the Grand Floridian. They had a piano player there. So I really like this hotel. Really nice. Also right on Lake Yellowstone, which is beautiful. Spent a little time there. There's Lake Yellowstone. And then it was time to say goodbye to Rich. One last family picture with my new best friend. And we got back on the bus and started the long trip to our final destination, Brooks Lake Lodge. During that trip, they showed us Home on the Range on the bus, which was kind of fun. Also played some games. We played Jeopardy. No, Home on the Range was the previous day. Never mind. On this day, we played some games where we had to draw a moose, but each person drew one part, and then you pass your paper around. We also played some Jeopardy, which was a lot of fun. And then we got to Brooks Lake Lodge, our final destination. Heaven on earth. It is as great as they say. This is the tea room at Brooks Lake Lodge, the always going fire, which crackles really loudly. You can hear that crackle constantly. Got there, got shown to our rooms. Some people had rooms in the main building like we did. Some people had cabins, which you had to walk a little bit to, but then you had this huge cabin all to yourself. Got an orientation on exactly how things work here, what time all the meals are, how to sign up for activities and all that. And then just a short little time, this is back of Brook Lake Lodge, just so beautiful, incredibly beautiful. I could stay there for a long time. This was the cabin we were initially going to stay in, but then decided we'd rather be in the main building and I'd have to do that trek all the time. But you can see the kids' room and then the master bedroom, bathroom, living room and dining room. Really nice cabin. But we were very happy just being in the main building and a normal hotel-sized room, but easy walk to the main area. This is dinner. Dinner was at 7 o'clock every night. Had 3 big tables. Sit where you want. I love the way our group always mingled, so we really got to sit with everyone over the course of the trip. Dinner this first night for me was the best pasta dish I've had in my entire life. Tortelloni, not tortellini. Tortelloni are larger. PIL. Just incredibly good. I think it was pumpkin. I believe it was pumpkin, if I recall. And here's the bison that was on the menu for the carnivores in our group. Gideon had bison for the first time, quite enjoyed it, but not as much as the animal he was going to have in 2 days. We'll get to that later.
I know what it is.
It's just more of the Brooks Lake Lodge. We have the bar. So the way things work at the Brooks Lake Lodge is everything's included. All the activities, all the food. The only things not included are alcohol that you get to pay extra for, and souvenirs and spa treatments. But there's no card or anything. You just tell them your last name. They write it down. At the end of it, you settle up. And we are the only people at the lodge. So the 25 of us plus our 2 guides, we have the whole lodge to ourselves. It's really cool. And that wasn't just our group. Every Adventures by Disney that does Wyoming goes to Brooks Lake Lodge. They always have the entire lodge. So there's the fireplace, Giant Connect 4. Gideon played, I think, one time or another, everyone in the group played against Gideon in Connect 4. Jenga with Lou Mangello. And the most important activity of Brooks Lake Lodge, at least when this group is here, poker. So on this first night, the poker table got brought out. We played poker just for about an hour this first night, but it would not be our final poker game. Good time. I learned how to play Texas Hold'em. Had a really good time. Poker with the guys became the highlight of this trip for me, and I think a lot of us. So that was day 4 at Brooks Lake Lodge. We'll go to day 5 tomorrow.
Can I say how good those H2s look?
H2?
H2. Talking about the formatting of the article. The nice
headers
look great.
Do they? I did those. I decided to use H2s, and I'm glad I did. They should be there. Probably should use more H2s, but that's not for this discussion now. 2. Kyle's test. the portion of our show where Kyle shows off how knowledgeable he is about all things Disney by telling us what happened on this day in Disney history, starting with on this day in 1935, an actor was born, most known in the Disney community for Hot Lead and Cold Feet, which I spelled Feat. But I think these days he's most widely known as the narrator for the Harry Potter books. Thought that might help.
Narrated the Harry Potter book.
He is accolades galore for this. Jim Dale, I think this is the only reason Rebecca initially listened to them, because she just wanted to hear his narration, which is incredible. He does a great job. Jim Dale, born on this day in 1935. Not the biggest name in the world. We're not going to give you a negative point for that one. On this day in 1946, a Disney movie was released and included such featurettes as Casey at the Bat, Johnny Fedora and Alice Bluebonnet, Peter and the Wolf. The name of that one was...
Is that Make Mine Music, or is that the other one?
Don't go or. Have confidence.
Make Mine
That
Music.
was Make Mine Music. Way to go. On this day in 1970, an actor was born. Not a ton of Disney credits, but one of them is an ABC TV show, which he starred in for years and years before it just recently finally went off the air.
Just recently? Is this actually recent, or is this do be recent?
It was actually recent, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken.
So not Nathan Fillion?
Not Nathan. Did the Rookie get canceled?
Oh, I don't know. I guess he is still on that, but I was thinking Castle.
Oh, no. Definitely more recent than Castle.
Okay.
He also starred in Law and Order for a while. He's black.
Ice-T.
Blackish.
Oh, Anthony Anderson.
Anthony Anderson.
Disney
born on
legend
this
Anthony
day.
Anderson?
Is he?
Yes.
Oh, I probably should have chosen that over this then, huh?
Maybe. Yeah, no, he was named a Disney legend along with his co-star, just lost it, Tracy Ellis Ross at the Expo last year.
Well, so then let me ask you, we know you think Legend is below Window on Main Street. How does it rank compared to the Walk of Fame?
I think it's probably kind of similar in that there's other reasons you get stars and that somebody has to pay for them. I'd say Star is above Legend in general, but I think in terms of Disney, Legend is above Star, if that makes sense.
I agree with you. And it's also above Window on Main Street.
No,
On this
Window on Main
day,
Street is about, you can't buy your way into a window on Main Street.
you think people buy their way into being a Disney legend?
Well, I think they're more likely to, I think not necessarily buy their way in, but if Disney has something to promote, I feel like they're less likely to do that with a window on Main Street, although they did give one to Wish Children, which is cool, but also I'm like,
Kyle
you're
hates
ruining
Wish
my argument
Children.
here. I don't
Kyle
hate the
hates-
Wish Children. It's just interesting. They dedicated a window on Main Street to make a wish. It was the Walt Disney World Main Street, though, so that's
Yes.
I don't care about that one. I only care about Disney.
On this day in 1999, something Disney made its debut.
Something Disney made its debut in 1999. That's not. No, is it? No, Disney Quest.
Something Doobie loves, although this is his least favorite of them.
His least favorite of them. VMK.
Wow. Bigger.
Bigger than VMK. Is it a different?
There are 5 of them. This is the second. We're about to learn about the 6th on August 30th.
Oh, the ship.
Yes.
The cruise line.
The Disney Wonder made its debut, the second ship in the fleet, only 1 year after the Disney Magic. Great ship. Number 5 out of 5, but a great ship nonetheless. On this day in 2006, we bid goodbye to a wonderful, I'm just going to tell you this one, the great Sword in the Stone ceremony at Walt Disney World. At its last performance. I don't know if this At Walt Disney World, I'm guessing not, since
I'm
some of the
guessing not
writing's in
because they
Japanese.
yeah.
But it's a picture I could find, so I went with it. Sorry about that.
Actually, can you bring that up for a second?
Yeah.
I think no, probably not. The first one I think means old, which would make sense, but I don't know. It's probably wrong. But
All right, on this day in 2009, I'm going to give you so much to help you. A restaurant opened at Walt Disney World on this
What
day
year
in
again?
2009, and it's no longer there.
wow. Opened on this day in 2009, and it's no longer there. Disney World. Is it?
One more big hint.
Okay.
At the boardwalk.
Thank you. I was gonna say, is it at a park or at a hotel? So that was that Cuisina?
Yes, it was. Cuisina by Cat Cora opened on this day in 2009. Now closed and replaced by an excellent restaurant, the Trattoria,
Flying
which is
Fish?
no Flying Fish is next door.
Oh.
Trattoria, which is just incredible. Best breakfast on property, bar none. On this day in 2011, an attraction opened/reopened at Walt Disney World. Returned, probably is the best way to put it.
So is that Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room?
Good job, Kyle. Good job. The original return in 2011. Two more. On this day in 2012, a movie opened. I will read you about it. A childless couple bury a box in their
The
backyard.
the something Timothy Green, The Odd Life of Timothy Green.
Very good. What gave it to you? The childless or the buried?
Childless.
Have you seen that movie?
I haven't. I've seen the trailer millions of times, but.
And finally, on this day, a Disney Channel original movie premiered in 2014. Teens May and Gabby, tired of the boys they know, decide to use high-tech military equipment to conduct an experiment to design the ideal guy.
That's not just weird science.
It is, basically, so I'll give you credit. How to build a better boy.
Dr. Parnassus, Tony. That's what it is. How to build a better boy. Yeah, never heard of it.
Never heard of it either, so yesterday I learned. But you did well on that one,
Kyle. Going to sue somebody.
You did well on that one. I'm proud of you. Makes up for your lack of skills at the stock price this morning.
Thank you.
Checking out the Twitter. Oh, that's right. We had a 10 o'clock drop because we started a half hour early today.
Drop.
Did anything drop?
They posted a TikTok of a thing that we could just go get ourselves, but we're going to write about from TikTok for some reason.
Yeah, that's about it. As Kyle said, tell him what today is.
Today is 3 Show Tuesday, so make sure that you subscribe and ring the bell, so then you'll be notified when we go live. But just as a hint, at 4 o'clock today, we'll have Barely Necessities with Rebecca and Becca. And then at 7:30, we'll have Disney Trivia Live with Doobie and Gideon. And the contest topics are TBD.
Actually, I think we have them from Parks to Screen and from Screens to Park, written by One Little Spark, one of our regular players. One-third of the colluders. One-third of the colluders, yeah. All right. Thanks so much for joining us today. It's always a pleasure, Kyle. We will see you guys tomorrow morning. Yes, we will.